Very do at the start. Brought to you by KFC. Featuring home delivery. Take the hassle out of meal time with KFC. It's the Cardinals and the Terrors right up on your Cardinal Basketball Report.
Folks, your Colonel's shaking things up with my new extra crispy chicken. Right now, get 8 pieces plus 6 of my honey barbecue wings, just $9.99. That price ain't gonna last, so shake a leg.
Want a sure bet to please any crowd? How about the Colonel's?
And welcome back to the Redbird Arena. About ready for the opening tip of tonight's basketball game. Cardinals in their home whites will be moving left to right on your television screen. Meanwhile, the Terrors of Appleton West will be wearing their blues with the red and white trim. About ready to toss it up, and we're underway here. We'll see if the Cardinals are Y2K ready here. As with the basketball, we'll work at the tray. He'll take the tray off the top of the circle. Bingo!
3-point basket, 33, Drake.
So Cardinals off and running here in a new year with Drake knocking down a quick tray above the arc. Lead it 3-0, just underway. 7:35 to go in the opening quarter of play. Vanderweiss with the basketball. He'll swing it between the rings to the far side. Herbst goes to the right side sidewalk. Now they're going to work the ball back to the near side. Vanderweiss will wear number 5. He's the leading scorer in the FBA, as I mentioned, averaging 16.4 per contest. Cardinals coming out, are they in a zone defense? You don't see that? No, maybe not. No, they're matched up. Let's keep an eye if they're cutting through if it's a matchup zone. No, they aren't. It's a straight zone. But the Terrors just started working a perimeter game thus far, so it's kind of hard to dictate. Ball's passed, bang free at the backcourt, but it will be picked up there by Tim Hack. As I talked to the coaching staff for the Terrors before the game, they generally like to get out and run a little bit, but in this game, he wants to take 30 to 40 seconds off at every possession. He said, we're going to sit in the ball as long as we can. There's no way they can stay with this club, with Fond du Lac, he feels, if they get into a running game. So they're doing exactly the way they wanted here, very patient off the opening start. Over here right now. Kicking violation on Fond du Lac. Terrors to inbound side court with honors. Scott Herbst to toss it in. In some trouble, finally gets it into Vanderweiss. Over to the right side sidewalk, skip pass to the near side. Cardinals stay in the man defense. Terrors continue to be very patient offensively. They said they wanted to take 30 to 40 seconds off. They've taken about 1:40 off here in their first possession. Fond du Lac foul will go on Drake Diener. Check on Drake, it's on Tim Lloyd. Cardinals lead it 3-0. Terrors have yet to take an offensive field goal attempt in this basketball game. Ball comes into Hack, working back to the far side. Now Vanderweiss top of the circles between the rings to the near side. Cardinals swarming a little bit more towards the basketball. Looking back door, reverse layup, overlaid by Fike. Oh, they got a great look there. Somebody got lost on the backside pick. Didn't convert, however. The runner by Travis is good from 6 feet. So Cardinals making their best out of their 2 attempts. The perfect 2 for 2 from the field thus far. And a foul on Fond du Lac. Travis Diener will pick up his first personal. It'll be the second team. Just want to run down and get that wireless down there. Pop that on you. It's on a scores table. That'll work. Dave Preston long tonight up in the press area, doing the stats, and I hope he's going to jump in and throw a little 2 cents in here and there. 1 cent, and they ask for change back. So off the common foul again, the Terrors of Appleton West, the basketball skip pass, saved by the official basically, but the Cardinals pick it up. Dallas loses the handle of it. He wanted to come backside, looking cross court, and the cut to Thomas, but the ball off his hands, out of bounds, and it will go back to Appleton West. That was a strange play. It was a bad pass that was going to go errantly out of bounds right at midcourt, hit the official in the leg, and stayed in play. But fortunately for the Cardinals, it went into the hands of the Fondy players. They got to hustle to get it over, and they don't. 10-second violation. Cardinals with a good D in the backcourt. 5:08 to go in the opening quarter of play. Your Wisconsin EPS score, Cardinals 5 and the Terrors nothing. That was the second turnover here in the first quarter of play by Appleton. Travis will take the trade. Bucket! Cardinals started out a perfect 3 for 3. 2 for 2 from three-point range. And a takeaway off the steal. Take it to the hoop. As Drake takes it in and timeout on the court. Terrors want to talk it over. 4:46 to go in the opening quarter of play. Your Wisconsin EPS scores. The Cardinals leading it 10-0.
Team Sports is your source for letter jackets throughout the Fond du Lac area. Team Sports is also your store for youth wrestling and basketball supplies. From Cardinals and Ledgers to Badgers and Packers, let Team Sports be your sports store. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 8 and Saturday from 9 to 4. Team Sports, downtown Fond du Lac, across from Veterans Park.
Off the quick 20-second timeout, the Terrors get the ball inbounds. They're working up court. Really didn't miss anything other than inbounds pass. Vanderweiss will pull up, rim it, won't go, tipped once, no good. Pulled down by Fond du Lac's Travis Diener. Look out front, shooting in the breaks, Dallas off the glass, good. Cardinals leading 12-0, coming out the perfect 5 for 5 in the field and coming out looking sharp in all aspects. From the free throw line, the turnaround won't go, kept alive, and the Terrors with the offensive board. Ben Barker with it. They'll reload the offense. Work on the right side sidewalk, bounce pass to the baseline. Herbst, he'll turn around, throw something up, and that's about all he did. A hope and a prayer, nothing but error. There comes Fond du Lac, kick it back out. Making the three was Thomas. They're going to reload the offense. Thomas between the strings, gets down low. Timmy Lloyd, skip pass. Drake will take the trade. Bucket again! And now they're going to talk over it again. The Terrorist philosophy has not worked. And with 3:31 to go in the first quarter of play, the Cardinals lead it 15-0.
Come expand with us. We're Wisconsin EPS, and we supply the Midwest leaders in the building, manufacturing, packaging, and roofing industries with the best in polystyrene products. Our ability to provide solutions to these many industries has made Wisconsin EPS the leader in polystyrene. We're expanding into the millennium. Come expand with us in a growing, ever-changing company. Wisconsin EPS.
Back at the Redburn Arena, 3:31 to go in the opening quarter of play. Your Wisconsin EPS scores. The Cardinals quickly out in front, 15-0. They're a perfect 6 for 6 from the field, 3 for 3 from three-point range. And as you recall, as we head to the holiday break, the Cardinals offensively were fluttering a little bit. Had lost the shooting touch. Well, apparently they found it here over the holiday break. Off-court pass, out of bounds, another turnover, and it will go back to the Cardinals once again. Their fourth turnover of the game. Interesting enough, Channel 26 out of Green Bay was here filming, did an interview with Dick Diener before, and was doing some footage here. Well, we got 3:30 to go in the first quarter of play. He just packed his bag and is going home. Guess he saw enough for Fond du Lac here. Fond du Lac finally misses one. Travis misses a trade, but they get their own rebound. So they're real set the offense again. Travis skip past the Drake near side. He'll take the three-pointer. It'll be in front of the rim, no good. Lloyd with the rebound. No, that's Jekyll who had come in. Pair of offensive boards to the glass. Good for Travis. Well, the Cardinals have missed 2 shots, but they've still converted on every trip down the court. With a pair of offensive looks that time. Quick shot coming from Ernst would go. Foul. Blocked from behind. Get it to Vanderweiss. Now down to the left side. Still looking again on the board here in the first quarter of play. Terrors have had no success. Ernst, top of the key, now swinging Vanderweest to the far side. With it, there's Raditz. Vanderweest between the rings and the bounce. Dribble to the near side. Reverse it, wants to penetrate, and we're going to get a reach-in foul on Thomas.
Also, the Cardinals, number 20, Ben
Thomas to pick up his first personal.
Foul. Third team foul. Returning for the Cardinals, Dallas Dean.
Foster also in, I should have mentioned, for Fond du Lac on that last stop whistle. Terrace get the ball inbounded to Vanderweest. Justin skip past far side. They're working to the far side. Now they get it across court over to Flake. Now right back to the near side. Raditz may have gotten away the travel. They don't whistle anything. Top of the circle. Vanderweist. Get over to the near side. Pull up from Ernst, and he finally gets the Terrors on the board. 1 for 6 shooting in the basketball game thus far for the Terrors. And the 1 for 6 is bad enough, but they're down 17-2. Those numbers are even more depressing if you're an Appleton West fan. Thomas. Another tray on the way from Drake, front of the rim. They've missed 3 trays in a row after hitting their first 3. So they're still 50% from three-point land. Ernst. Off the yo-yo dribble, up to Vanderweist, to the far side of the court. Foster all over him, cuts him off very nicely. Now they've got to get the ball top of the circle, back to the near side. Reister. Check if that was Reister, that was Fake. Pull up off the baseline, short in front of the rim. Tip once no good. Pulled down by Fond du Lac's Jesse Jekyll. Down quickly on the break. Overlaid, there's a lot of contact, no call. And here come the Terrors back up court. Ernst with it. Stopped by Foster at the free throw line, so they have to reload the offense. A long 3. That's more of a desperation 3 by Justin Vanderweist, and kind of forced that one. He was 8 feet behind the three-point arc. Foster will take the shot from 14 and make it in. Inside of 30 seconds to go here in the first quarter of play. Fond du Lac in a bomb job here early, leading at 19-2. Vanderweist, right side sidewalk. Over top, working now to the near side. Fike off to Raditz. He'll take the shot. He'll kiss the front of the rim. Cardinals with 7 seconds to go. Time for one last look. To work the clock down, and a travel before on Drake Diener. That's only their second turnover of the first quarter of play. Lloyd in, along with Travis Diener. Thomas out, and Drake Diener out for Fond du Lac. So 3 seconds on the clock, and they'll try to get the ball down court. They throw it back into the backcourt. He'll let one fly from three-quarter court. And we've come to the end of one here from the Redbird Arena. At the end of one, Wisconsin EPS score, the Cardinals 19, and the Appleton West Terrors 2. We'll be right back.
Mike's Music is your full-service music store in Fond du Lac. Our staff is always ready to serve you and answer questions. Our school band instrument rental policy is the best. We promise low rates and excellent service. We offer top brand names at bottom dollar prices. Guitars, drums, keyboards, recording gear, sound systems, sheet music, and accessories. At Mike's Music in Fond du Lac, your satisfaction is our priority. When you think music, think Mike's Music. Call 923-1925.
Welcome back here to the Redbird Arena. First quarter stats, the Cardinals are 8 for 12 for, that didn't get added up yet. Appleton West, meanwhile, 1 for 8 with 6 boards and 4 turnovers, 5 rebounds for Fond du Lac and 2 turnovers for the Cards. Here,
And thank you very much, Dave Preston. Just went down and grabbed a different microphone, and all set here for the second quarter of play. As with it, turnaround shot no good by the Terrors.
Now swinging.
That's what it is. Foster to the baseline, good off the glass. Foster with his 4th point of the basketball game. Cardinals now lead it 21-2. Great start here for the second half of the season. Now, high school basketball really never gets started until after Christmas. Tip, Ed almost goes in. Foster tips the loose ball, bounced off the rim twice and came down.
I agree.
It's always takes the holiday break to get things rolling in the high school level, and that's when you start watching rankings and conference races.
Softball.
Foster inside again, and looked like a pretty good block, frankly, but they're going to get a foul down low on Scott Herbst. It will be his first personal.
Mike, if we recall, Dick Jeter wanted to instigate some more offense into the team in the holiday break.
Well, they certainly have come out with a better touch, if nothing else. Starting out 6 for 6 from the field.
He's the first 6 before missing a pair.
And 3 of those being dialing long distance.
There are 3 for 3 in 3-point range.
Foster hit the first, one more to follow. Pair. Cardinals now lead it 23-2. Yes, that's correct. That is not a misprint on your screen. Hack, finally a lob feed over the top to get into the left side. Ernst was trying to cut to the basket. He loses the handle out of bounds, and it'll go back to Fond du Lac.
That's their
fifth TO of the game. Cardinals breaking the pressure now. Bad lead feed, looking at the left side down.
And the Cardinals third.
Cardinals third turnover there is looking for Foster, and the ball just a little bit ahead of him. So the Terrors inbound side court in the back court. Working the ball there is Scott Herbst. Gets in front of Foster across the timeline. Now over to the far side of the court, right side sidewalk. Tip free, Foster all over the court. Last touch by the Terrors. What hustle there by Foster.
I'll tell you, Mike, I think the Cubs are going to break there. I think Foster touched it last before it went out of bounds.
See, I think he hit it off of a player. I think it went out of bounds then.
But I mean, I think he hit it again.
To the glass, foul down low as Lloyd takes it to the hole. And he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. Foul will go on Van Handel, his first, second team. Lloyd to shoot a pair. Gets the first off the roll. One more to follow. Foster out. Jekyll out. Drake Diener in. And Travis back in, I guess was the other one. Lloyd to shoot one more. Misses it. Tapped out of bounds. So 1 out of 2 there. It's 24-2 now.
Apparently, though, Mike, the Fond du Lac crowd is not Y2K compatible.
No, it doesn't appear that way. Bad pass taken away by Drake at the top of the circle. Give to Travis and a foul out front. No, a very marginal crowd at best tonight. Granted, this is not a good opponent in town.
I'd say a little bit over a half house.
No more than that. And we're looking at what is now the number 2 ranked team in the state of Wisconsin, according to the Journal Sentinel.
Yeah, what's it take? What does it take? What does it take to get people to stand?
Well, a big part of it, three-pointer on the way. Nope, pulled down by Dallas. He'll take it up and finish it off. Dallas Diener, his 4th point of the game. Ball banged free in backcourt. That ball actually went out of bounds. The official wasn't there. Oh, I'll tell you, Cardinals get a break as Dallas gets 2 more. That official on the near side right below us was very, very lazy. The ball was tipped in the backcourt, clearly hit the baseline, and the official didn't get back to see it. That's poor officiating. But the break went to Fond du Lac, and they'll take it. 28-2.
You've been officiating too much yourself now, you know.
Hack off the baseline, rotates, puts it up, won't go. And here come the Cardinals again. Lloyd is pulled up now. Drake is going to try and penetrate. He spins to the hoop. The runner falls. Well, Fond du Lac has everything going for him right now. They lead it 30-2.
A 28-point lead with 5 minutes to go in the half.
Could you say the cat's in the bag and the bag's in the river? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
The old
Cat's in
another
the
Craig
bag,
Hoffman
bags in the
say.
river. The old fat lady's warming up.
Vanderweiss finally gets on the board.
That's their first shot of the quarter.
It's their first field goal of the second quarter.
First shot.
First shot attempt, all right. And Vanderweiss, coming in the leading scorer in the conference, gets his first. Ball tipped away as overlaid there by Dallas. Vanderweiss with the basketball. Now a long three on the way off the back of the hoop. Wouldn't go. Pulled down by Lloyd. Here come the Cardinals again. Get it out front. Drake on the pull-up. Off the back of the hoop. Wouldn't go. Loose ball on the court. Fond du Lac clearly the hustle team here tonight. Take it inside. Travis off the glass. No. Followed by Lloyd. Bucket +1. Good hustle by Lloyd. Gets the shot. One more to follow.
33 again, Raditz, his first personal foul.
Raditz will pick up his first personal.
You know, you really have me in a weird place here. Not used to that.
You know, Dave, Greg Hardish, the head coach of the Terrors, has got himself in a very difficult position right now.
I would say.
He came in with a game plan, a philosophy of what he wanted to do in this game tonight, and he sold that philosophy to the players coming in. It backfired very rapidly.
The first 1 minute and 50 seconds he got out of it.
Well, I don't think he so much got out of it, Dave. I think the Cardinals pretty much took him out of it. But when you sell a philosophy all week or maybe 2 weeks in practice, misses the shot, Cardinals back with it again. This time it's Drake, 2 more. But when you put that much emphasis on selling a given philosophy for a game, and you're all of a sudden you look at the board, you're down by 30 points, and you're only in the middle of the second quarter, your players are going to give up on you real fast. And I think that's what's happened here. Thomas hits the tray. And frankly, they have run into a buzzsaw tonight. Fond du Lac could put blinders on right now and hit their shots.
Well, if anybody was worried about the Cubs being off for 2 weeks, here's their answer.
Cardinals have been solid every aspect. Solid's maybe not the word. They've been stone solid. Nice turnaround by Vanderweiss. Good rhythm on that shot. Vanderweiss now with 4 of their 6 points.
Well, Mike, the Cubs have fired up 10 shots in the quarter for only 3 for Appleton West.
Off the baseline, a long 2 for Drake Diener. 14 points here in the first half for Drake. Thus far leading the way. But he's got a lot of help to go along with him. Vanderweiss, top and seat key to the far side. Off the dribble was Buchanan. They've gone to the bench pretty deeply, trying to find some combination that will work, and thus far it really hasn't been there. Vanderweiss to the hoop, bump, no call, fall away from 10, good. That's a nice shot. Justin Vanderweiss now finding a little bit of rhythm in his basketball game, feeling a little bit better. Good fake by Foster, loses the handle, ball kept alive, gets it back. He'll go back again and fouled. Well, Al Foster stays with it. Lost the handle the first time, able to get his own rebound and fouled up to pick the foul.
And number 15, Eric Morrow, wants out. He wants to come out of the game. He's been playing the coach.
Well, right now we're going to get a timeout in the court. 2:18 to go in the opening quarter of play. Wisconsin EPS score, 39-18. Fond du Lac.
For Holiday Automotive, Bob Gell.
I think they're the best. I think Holiday Auto is the best. Holiday has probably the best reputation in town, as far as I'm concerned, and as far as my friends think of Holiday. Talk around the block is, if you want to buy a vehicle, this is the place to come to Holiday. Outstanding dealership.
Holiday, holiday, holiday. You'll pay less at Holiday.
Back at the Redbird Arena, Mike Pfeiffer along Dave Preston tonight in the call of the game. And Nancy, if you want to open that iris up just a little bit on that camera, top side, that round button on the right. There you go, a little bit more. That's good. Does or does not? Okay, then take it back a little bit. Hey, we've got a special treat for you on Saturday, by the way.
That's a very special.
Fond du Lac is going to host Team USA women's hockey team on their tour run, playing the Badger women. That will be at the Fond du Lac Blue Line FIC. That's a 7 o'clock face-off. We're going to have that for you at 10 o'clock on Saturday night, and we're going to play it back again at 9 o'clock on Sunday night. Team USA Olympic hockey in Fond du Lac. You're not going to want to miss that. If you can't be there, we'll have it for you. Foster with a pair. Al Foster now a perfect 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And the Cardinals now lead it 41-8. Skip past the far side of the court. Vanderweist, free throw line extended, back top of the circle to Fike. Has the ball banked free, still free in the backcourt. Fond du Lac, still the hustling team here. Backdoor pass to McClyman, underlays. Cardinals get it back. Put back by Michaels, wouldn't go. Got to check Fond du Lac's lineup now. They made some changes. Thomas will take the train. O'Rimmon not go. Followed by Fondy again. Michaels gets it. Joel Michaels on the putback. And another 20-second timeout is going to be taken. We'll keep it right here. Keep it right here. Oh, they're using just pretty much all the timeouts here in the first half. Today's game brought to you by E&B Computer Services. For repairs, upgrades, sales, and maintenance of your computer, call Dan and Bob at E&B. They're at 923-6030. We make house calls. That's E&B Computer Services of Fond du Lac. And Jetstream Car Wash of Fond du Lac is your full-service car wash, your Fond du Lac's original car wash since 1962, with 2 great locations to serve you on Pioneer and Scott Street, Fond du Lac. That's Jetstream Car Wash of Fondy. Off the far side, rim halfway down, ball came back out. Terrors still can't buy any offensive help here in this basketball game.
Cardinals, of course, set a record earlier this year with allowing only 16 points on defense.
That's correct.
Well, they're only halfway there right now again.
Vanderweist, top of the key to the far side, Raditz. He'll pull up, free throw line extended, won't go, pulled down, however, by the Terrors. A little give and go inside, and put back in by Ben Baker. And now it's a 43-10 game with 30 seconds to go here in the first half of play. Ball tipped free. Will stay with the Cardinals. As Eric McClyman will have honors to inbound. Jekyll in the game, Michaels, Dallas Diener, Thomas, and I guess that's it. That'd be 5 of them, huh? Guess that's all. They better not have any more than that.
By my count.
Clock rolls to 17-16. Cardinals going to look for the last shot here in the first quarter of play. First half, I should say. Inside of 10 now as it rolls down.
Watch it, you got tough to you the other night.
Dallas won't go it. And we've come to the end of the first half here, mercifully, for the Terrors of Appleton West. At halftime, your Wisconsin EPS score, the Fond du Lac Cardinals 43, the Appleton West Terrors 10. And today's halftime is always brought to you by Baker String Cheese. With only 79 calories in each stick, the perfect snack food for the kids. The fun food that's so easy, just peel and eat. Healthy for you, high protein, 100% natural. Baker String Cheese, the official halftime snack food of our video sports team, available at fine food stores everywhere. And halftime today also brought to you by KFC, featuring home delivery. Take the hassle out of mealtime with KFC. Bounce been all Cardinals here in the first half of play. Your Wisconsin EPS score, the Cardinals 43, the Appleton West Terrors 10. Dave and I will be back with the stats and recap here of the first half of play right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report. They had it in the 20s and 30s very, very early in this game as they blew open quickly. And I guess the whole key, as we touched on a little bit throughout the first half, is Appleton West's the philosophy or game plan was to come out in this game and take a lot of time off the clock each time that they came down court and try to turn this into a low-scoring game. But Fond du Lac came out red hot, hit their first 6 shots, 3 of them being of the three-point variety, and kind of took the wind out of the sails very early of Appleton West, and their game plan went awry at that point. And Fond du Lac has just dominated from the get-go on this one. And we remind you, today's game is brought to you by Fond du Lac Decorating. Next time your business is in need of some painting or decorating, give Dave a call at Fond du Lac Decorating. For over 20 years, fine workmanship has always been a trademark of Fondy Decorating. You always receive prompt, courteous service. Give us a call at 922-8051. And Mid-States Aluminum, serving the nation with creative solution. That's Mid-States Aluminum, where progress through people makes the difference. And take advantage of today's low rates and low closing costs with Jackson Call Mortgage. Remember, because they work for themselves, they work harder for you. That's Jackson Call Mortgage of Fond du Lac. And Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile Company, ceramic and quarry tile, slate, and marble. All installed by our professional craftsmen since 1948. Fond du Lac Mosaic Tile. Give them a call at 923-2910. And let's take a look at the stats here for the first half of play. Fond du Lac red hot, 17 for 28, 61%. 5 out of 7 from the line for 71%, 14 rebounds, and only 3 turnovers. Meanwhile, West 5 for 14, measly 35%, did not get to the charity stripe. They had 9 rebounds, and likewise, they had 9 turnovers. Leading scorers here in the first, well, I'll tell you what, we'll take a break. We'll be back the second half, and I'll give you leading scorers as we come back right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report.
Mike's Music is your full-service music store in Fond du Lac. Our staff is always ready to serve you and answer questions. Our school band instrument rental policy is the best. We promise low rates and excellent service. We offer top brand names at bottom dollar prices. Guitars, drums, keyboards, recording gear, sound systems, sheet music, and accessories. At Mike's Music in Fond du Lac, your satisfaction is our priority. When you think music, think Mike's Music. Call 923-1925.
As we look at the leading scorers for Appleton West, first of all, Vanderweist leads the way. He had 6 points, all coming in the second quarter of play. And keep in mind, he came in the leading scorer in the conference, averaging about 16 and a half a game. Cardinals with great balance here in the first half. Drake Diener leading the way with 14. Al Foster with 8. Travis with 7. And Dallas with 6. Leading the way for Fond du Lac. And to throw in the others, Thomas with a 3-ball for his 3 points. Tim Lloyd with 3 points, and Joe Michaels off the Pines getting a late bucket in the first half of play. He has 2 points, and that's all the scoring for Fond du Lac here in the first half of play. And we're about ready here to get rolling here for the second half as the Cardinals will inbound the ball side court. 2, 1.
There we go. Sorry.
Shot. Do nothing but error being out of bounds, but we'll stay with Fond du Lac. Last touch there by the Terrors.
It just means that our crowd dwindled at halftime.
I think that several of them went for a soda and have neglected to come back. 3-pointer will go for Travis. Cardinals, not only got the big lead, but they're quickly showing that they're the better team on hustle also throughout the first half and here in the second half. Terrors now have switched to a zone defense. Probably a good move on their part. Frankly, I don't think, if I was coaching against this team, I might consider doing that from time to time anyway.
I'd switch up.
I'd mix it up a little bit, but I would look at, if nothing, maybe a matchup for certain. I wouldn't stay in a straight man-to-man because I don't think you can get too many favorable matchups because Cardinals are so quick in all 5 positions. I think I might take my chances of zoning it up on occasion and try to make them shoot over the top of you.
Right.
Certainly they can do that, but you're not going to give them those open lanes. Well, the Terrors coming out a little bit more the game plan they had in the first half. That will never allow them to get back in this game, but maybe just hoping to keep it close. Frankly, I don't think they can get back in the game. Looking back door, got away the travel. Yes, good call. Almost got away the travel.
I guess I'd like to see who's hot and who's not.
Well, right now the Cardinals are hot, they're not. Cardinals break the pressure easily. Had Dallas back door. Drake didn't see him. Drake with the balls on the baseline, kick it back out, top of the circle. Now right Drake on the right side sidewalk. Thomas swing it to the near side. Travis, skip pass. Drake's got the open tray, now Thomas. Cardinals being very patient, real selective on their shots here in the second quarter of play.
I'll tell
second
you
half.
what I would not do though, Mike. If you're going to try to slow the tempo down, you don't press. Even 3/4 courts.
No, you're exactly correct. I would agree with you. Open tray, rims this time, tipped once, no good, and pulled down finally by Ben Baker. And here come the Appleton West Terrors. Now, Appleton West, a team, Dave, that has, it seems in most sports, since they went to 3 schools in the Appleton area, have struggled.
That's funny, yes.
They really have. Appleton East seems to be the more athletic school year in, year out. Appleton North has their times when they're pretty tough.
North had one good year.
North had the one good year, right? But West seems to struggle year in and year out. Sometimes you wonder why that happens. But,
overall, however, the Division II 3 schools has taken its toll on the Appleton school system.
Yeah. Well, just not as many kids to choose from. Well, Appleton East, for whatever reason, always kicks out good athletes in any sport. Pull up from Vanderweiss is good. Justin with 8 points, 8 of their 12. And he's about halfway to his average now.
Well, you can see why he's the leading scorer in the conference, Mike. He's all the offense that Appleton West has.
Yes, that's very true. But he's a pretty good-looking ball player. Not a lot of size, but he's pretty smooth. I don't have the conference stats in front of me, and I haven't seen him since the holiday break. But I got to believe Travis has got to be right up there with Drake, and that not too far off that 16.4.
I have to laugh at number 23, Doug Mogensen. Doesn't he remind you a bit of someone who should be seen?
Yes, he does. Yeah, kind of a mirror image of Mark Simon. Mark is a better ball player, though.
A better announcer than me, but...
Thomas picks up his second personal foul. Foster back in for Fond du Lac. Jekyll also in, as Lloyd and Thomas will leave. Look for Dick Diener to substitute very freely here in the second half. As they get the ball in to Hack.
I still think, though, Mike, he's got to get a solid 3/4 of a game out of his main people.
Well, he's still got, what, 1, 2, 3 starters in there yet.
Right.
And a traveling call on Hack.
He's been solidly rotating about 7 or 8.
Yeah. He's played pretty much with his normal rotation thus far. Late in the first half, he got Joe Michaels in there and Eric McClyman, who typically would not be in that early. Other than that, reverse layup there by Drake Diener. Drake leading the way for Fond du Lac now with 16 points. Cardinals open it up now to 45-12. Get it down low, pull up there by Baker, won't go, pulled down by Fond du Lac's Diener. Here comes Travis, wants to take it coast to coast off the glass, good. 3:50, just under 3:50 to go in the third quarter of play. This one has been Fond du Lac from the get-go. pull up off the front of the rim. Last touch by Drake Dieter out of bounds. Back to Appleton West.
You see that, Mike, the effect that Fond du Lac's press has on Appleton West. Forcing them, they think, taking a much quicker shot.
Yeah.
He had the game plan.
Lloyd back in, Foster back in, and Thomas back in.
Not that the game plan has helped them at all tonight anyway,
but it really hasn't. But I do admire them coming in with a game plan. I mean, it's the kind of thing, you know, you and I can relate to go back many, many years ago, pull up the three-point line, win goal. Jake goes a rebound for Fond du Lac. And I know exactly what game you're going to remember happening up at the ledge when Steve Larson was the head coach for St. Mary Springs and had Appleton Xavier coming in, who he knew he could not match up with. Appleton Xavier was a perennial powerhouse at that time. It came in with a similar game plan to this, to what Appleton West did, although it was much more disciplined. All he wanted to do was take the air out of the ball and make it a very low-scoring game, and he pulled the biggest upset of the year.
Well, the one thing that made the difference he had, Mike, was that Xavier was a 1-2-2 zone team, strictly.
Right. That was before everybody went man-to-man. Get it down low. Look away, pass to Foster. Got away the travel, but he'll get the two. But the point being that when you know you don't have the talent, follow-away is good by Redditz. And certainly there was no way, shape, or form. Cardinals break the pressure easily again. Get it down to Foster. No way, shape, or form this team can match up with Fond du Lac. So you might as well try some type of a gimmick to come in.
Why is West pressing, Mike? Well, they want to slow down tempo. Why are they pressing?
You kind of defeat yourself in what you're doing. Yeah. You create up-tempo by press. Vanderweis back in along with Hartle. And we remind you, Friday, January 14th, which will be, a week from this Friday, right? Yes.
Right.
Fond du Lac will be back here taking on the Menasha Blue Jays. That'll be an 8 o'clock tip-off from the Redbird Arena. We'll have that one for you at 10 o'clock.
Well, see, believe it or not, no game this Friday night.
This Friday night, no.
Right. Not because we're tired, we're well rested now. But there's nothing going on.
Lloyd to the glass will tip. Put it in with a two-hand of Baker.
Mike, I do believe that the 6 shots Fond du Lac is taking here in the half and the quarter, they've all been layups.
They pretty much gotten inside, no doubt about it. Turn around and a foul on Fond du Lac will go on Foster. That will be his first personal. Second personal, I should say. No, first personal is right.
I think what defeats West's game plan is that they are not a good half-court defensive team. If you're going to play that solid game, you better be.
Yeah. First free throw is good from Redditz. He'll get one more. That, believe it or not, is the first free throw they have attempted this basketball game. The pumps are open at Monpaz Citgo Express on the corner of 12th and Main, and they pump the gas for you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday between 9 and 2 at Monpaz Citgo Express. And folks, in the winter, that's a wonderful feature to have. You don't want to get out of the car, let them do the pumping for you. Look at back door and the lead feed knocked out of bounds by Rob Ernst.
Except you need to get out of your car.
I do?
Yes.
Why? Did you exercise?
Yes. That's the video too good. well, I don't know what hurt me.
Lloyd, top of the circle, swing pass now to Foster. Look to the baseline left side. Thomas. Oh, nice look down low. Back door, they give Timmy Lloyd. Lloyd with 7 points tonight.
A layup, Mike.
Yep. Getting easy ones. Well,
against the zone, that should not happen.
No. Long two is put in by Rob Ernst. Pull up on the baseline. Did they give him, is that 18 or 19? They gave him 3, and that was definitely not a 3, but we're going to have to go with the scoreboard. He clearly had his foot on the line. Ernst.
Appleton was inside the circle.
That was not a 3, but they gave him 3. Turnaround follow-away again for Justin Vanderweist. Vanderweist now up to 10. 20 seconds to go in the quarter. Fond du Lac pushes it, gets it to Janko. He'll pull up, pick it off the glass. No, tipped once.
He went away.
Did they change that back now?
Yep.
Yes, that's right. They did. See, we were right all along, Dave. They just didn't know it. Foul for Fond du Lac is going to go on Tim Lloyd. That was his second. 15 seconds on the clock here for Appleton West, and they'll have that much time to get off the last shot of the quarter. Foster pressuring. Good job by Foster. Get it out front to Dallas. Bounces it off his knee out of bounds. Boy, how many times today in this game, Dave, has Al Foster come up with big plays defensively?
Well, Al's the defensive specialist on this team, no doubt.
Clock rolling down. They'll let one fly from three-quarter court. And we've come to the end here of the third quarter of play. After 3 complete, the Wisconsin EPS score, Fond du Lac 55 and Appleton West 20. Dave and I will be back with the final 8 right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report.
Come expand with us. We're Wisconsin EPS, and we supply the Midwest leaders in the building, manufacturing, packaging, and roofing industries with the best in polystyrene products. Our ability to provide solutions to these many industries has made Wisconsin EPS the leader in polystyrene. We're expanding into the millennium. Come expand with us in a growing, ever-changing company. Wisconsin EPS.
Welcome back to the Redbird Arena. 8 minutes left in this one just to decide what the final outcome will be. That'll be, the winner has pretty much been decided already.
Cards are 6 out of 8 for 75%. West 4 for 7 for 57%. West for the pair of boards only. Fond du Lac also only with 2. And no turnovers for Fond du Lac, 3 for West.
Well, Fond du Lac continues to do a good job of taking care of the basketball in this game. As Fond du Lac comes back with Lloyd, Thomas, Dallas Diener, Travis Diener, and Drake Diener. So that's their original starting lineup. Long shot won't go. Dallas with the board, traveled. You can pick one.
Never find one here in the quarter.
7:20 to go in the final quarter of the game.
Surprise us.
The jump ball, probably, huh?
Yeah.
Well, looking down court, loose ball picked up to the glass, overlaid, tipped up by Travis Diener. Travis now with 11 points in the game. Fond du Lac up 57-20. Well, a big weekend for the Green Bay Packers.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mike. Actually, a much bigger weekend for the Wisconsin Badgers, which was all overshadowed by the Rhodes thing, which is too bad.
Yeah,
really a shame. The idea that the Badgers win only the first time that a Big Ten team has won back-to-back Rose Bowls, and nobody really says a word.
Yeah, Travis with the personal. Part of that problem, Dave, I agree with what you're saying, but I think the fact that the Badgers were so favored to win that game was kind of, they were expected to, so it was academic when they did win it. Foul away by Vanderweist, that's a trade.
Yeah, but Mike, the fact that they did win it, that Ron Dane is a MVP.
Second straight year.
Right. And only 3 other times has that happened.
That's right. And the national championship game tonight. Earlier, a long 2 for Travis.
Don't give him 2.
Should have been. I didn't. 60 now. What they have on before? 58. Yep. Fall away. This one rims in for Hack. So with some luck, the Badgers could possibly move up to number 3 as the final rankings come out. A runner inside by Drake Diener.
And could we see a three-peat from them?
Well, they've got a lot of talent coming back. And Bollinger is the key, I would think.
Yes. But 2 very outstanding running backs are waiting in the wings.
Yep. A lot of people feel that they're not going to miss Dean as much as you might think. Vander Weiss coming alive here. He's going to get back to his average before you know it. Got 15, only 1 shy of his average now, 1.5 shy. Man, what a job Barry Alvarez has done for Wisconsin.
Yes, he has.
He has really put the Badgers on the map in national football.
I read an interesting story over the weekend about his relationship with Ron Dane. And the fact that...
that was almost like a father-son relationship,
right.
They say.
And that Alvarez was asked to coach the Hula Bowl. And said, yes, he would, but only if Ron Dane comes along.
And McClellan back in for Fond du Lac, as let's see who's going to leave. Thomas.
He's quite a character, Ron Dane.
Yes, he is. And it'll be interesting to see what his value is when the draft rolls around here in a couple months. I think it's all going to be decided about is when they go to the combines, how quick he is. That's going to be deciding how high he goes.
The quickness is there, Mike. However, the one knock on him, yeah, a little bit of speed, but also that he needs so many repetitions to be effective.
And he really didn't. Ball blocked from behind, out of bounds, back to the Terrors. Another area that some teams will not like. He really didn't catch the ball in the backfield a lot. He hasn't proven how good his hands. They may be good, but we don't know that.
Yeah, I would not say he cannot do that because the Badger offense is not dictated off on screens.
Joe Michaels back in. Terrors get the ball in to Hartle. Traveling, no, a foul. Michaels down on the block. Will be his first personal. And of course, as you mentioned, that whole story was somewhat overshadowed by Ray Rhodes and his entire staff leaving Green Bay.
Yep.
That was...
Sunday was quite a day.
I will say I was surprised.
I was too.
The runner overlaid, tipped one, second time won't go. Cardinals with the board. And with that, Fond du Lac's going to take a timeout. 3:54 left this game. Fond du Lac leads at 62-27. Back at the Redbird Arena, we'll again remind you on Saturday night we'll have a very, very special treat. Something you're not going to see very often. Olympic hockey. USA, Women's Team USA in Fond du Lac to take on an exhibition with the Wisconsin Badger women's team.
I just say you won't see it again.
Probably not. Fond du Lac went out and got that exhibition. Good for them. It's a real treat. If you can't get out there and see it, I expect that place will be packed. We'll have it for you. It's a 7 o'clock face-off. We'll have it at 10 o'clock. And we play back twice, 10 o'clock on Saturday and 9 p.m. on Sunday.
Ironically, Mike, and maybe not so ironic, but I think you would be very happy to have one of those two teams here.
Right.
Either Wisconsin Badgers or Team USA. You have both.
Should be a lot of fun. Cardinals easy to break the pressure. Get down, some more new facials. Let's check them out. Ben Wisniewski into the game along with Ryan Lloyd. Michael stays in. Also in is Joe Dilling for the Cards. Lloyd pull up, won't go. Michael had the ball momentarily. Taken away. And a blocking foul down low. And just to finish the thought on the Packers, I was very surprised Ray Rhodes was fired. I suspected someone would be to take the fall, be a fall guy. I didn't think the head coach would go. I will, however, say it. I'm pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I watched the press conference that Ray Rhodes had, and I thought he said all the perfect things, all the right things, took some of the blame himself, and said this team wasn't disciplined the way they should be. They weren't ready to play football. They weren't hard-nosed. He said exactly what they weren't, and that was not acceptable for what they have put into this program.
Ryan Lloyd,
blocking foul down low. Lloyd will pick up his first. 2:57 left in this one. Fond du Lac coasting to a 62-27 the lead at this point.
The crowd has been steadily dwindling throughout this game.
Started dwindling about the end of the first quarter.
Right. Were you surprised, though, Mike, that Ray Rhodes was not able to accomplish what he wanted to do here?
I'll get back to that after I tell you that Call Insurance has joined forces with Jackson Agency to form one great agency under one roof at the corner of Sheboygan and Mark. That's Bob Jackson, Bob Call, and Mitch Call. Because they work for themselves, they work harder for you. Give them a call at 923-4020. Ball taken away by McClyman. To the glass. Good. Get it down court quickly to Leister. His shot and a foul.
Got moving the feet up, big guy.
Run that question by me one more time. Was I surprised?
Were you surprised Ray Rhodes was not able to accomplish what he wanted to do? What was expected of him?
I'll tell you what I was surprised at. Ray Rhodes came in saying that he was going to be this hard-nosed guy. They're going to be disciplined. They were going to do all the things that we wanted them to do. Although, you know, at the same time, he said he's a player's coach, and players' coaches don't win Super Bowls. If you look at all the ones that win Super Bowls, they're the hard-nosed guys, the Mike Holmgrens, the Parcells, Jimmy Johnson, go back to Vince Lombardi. You don't win being Mr. Nice Guys in that level. But I was surprised as bad as they were this year. I was surprised at that. Cardinals off miss and a traveling violation on Ryan Lloyd. There was no way that team should have lost, being on the generous side, any more than 4 games.
Right.
As bad as the NFC was this year, they should have. Well, they could have easily had a 3-game lead in their division.
At the same time, instead of an 8-8 team, you almost had a 5-13 team.
This is true. Yep. Looking back door. Cardinals cut it off, and could have been a travel, no whistle.
5-11.
And then 16-footer by Redditz. Down to 2 minutes in this one. Fond du Lac kind of coasting here.
Take
it to the glass. Justin Kaiser gets his first 2 of the game.
You had 2 games that were won at the buzzer early in the season. 3, right? Take those away.
Well, it'll be an interesting few weeks ahead of us to see who the Packers do end up bringing in. Long 2 is knocked in by Ryan Hartle.
Well, who would you like to see? That was another question.
My choice would be John Gruden, but I don't think they'll get him from Oakland. I don't think Al Davis will let him go. I like his attitude. He's hard-nosed. I think he's one of those up-and-coming coaches. Lloyd hits the 3 and a foul. Ryan Lloyd at the tray, 1 to follow. I liked everything he's about, and he was a Packer assistant here. He was a wide receivers coach when he was in Green Bay. went on to be offensive coordinator for Philadelphia for a couple of years, and now the head coach at Oakland, and I think he's an up-and-coming good guy. I like Mariucci. I think it's important that they bring somebody back that's got some offensive experience in the West Coast system. Turnaround won't go for Fond du Lac off the rebound by Kaiser, and a foul.
One guy I'm sort of lose on this batch of people is very Sydney.
So is Dorsey Levens.
Yeah, you have to wonder if we may not, in fact, see him back anyway.
Well, that question was addressed to Ron Wolf, whether or not any of these guys had a chance to come back. And he said, I hire the head coach. The coach brings in his staff. So it's entirely possible any of them could be brought back.
Ah, that was dumb.
1 out of 2 for Redditz. Here come the Cardinals. Get it to Robbie Zwick off to the baseline. Baseline jumper by Joe Dilling. Cardinals again getting a lot of people in the scoring book here in this basketball game.
And 1 minute.
And a reach-in foul will go on Fond du Lac's Justin Kaiser. With 42 seconds left in this one.
Team foul. Dan Raditz at the line.
Reddit's back to the line. Redditz has had a pretty good second half. 7 points all in the second half. Misses this one. Vanderweist is done for the game. He finishes with 15 points, so 1.5 below his league leading average. Zwick with the basketball. He'll pull up from 12, won't go, be long off the rim. Loose ball, run down by Fond du Lac. Get it over to the baseline. Zwick again. He'll take another one. This one will draw air. Finally pulled down by West. Taken away by Fond du Lac's Dilling. And Wisniewski, the long jumper. Fond du Lac leads it 73-33 by 40. Trying to get it down low to the baseline, hurdle, and the clock will expire before he can get a shot off. And your Wisconsin EPS final tonight here from the Redbird Arena. Fond du Lac Cardinals 73. The Appleton West Terrors 33. Dave and I will be back with a quick wrap-up right after this on your Cardinal Basketball Report.
Team Sports is your source for letter jackets throughout the Fond du Lac area. Team Sports is also your store for youth wrestling and basketball supplies. From Cardinals and Ledgers to Badgers and Packers, let Team Sports be your sports store. We're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 8 and Saturday from 9 to 4. Team Sports, downtown Fond du Lac, across from Veterans Park.
Mike's Music is your full-service music store in Fond du Lac. Our staff is always ready to serve you and answer questions. Our school band instrument rental policy is the best. We promise low rates and excellent service. We offer top brand names at bottom dollar prices.
Get 8 pieces plus 6 of my honey barbecue wings, just $9.99. That price ain't gonna last, so shake a leg.
Want a sure bet to please any crowd? How about the Colonel's famous original recipe or extra crispy chicken and those fabulous side dishes? And with a simple phone call, KFC can provide all of your favorites delivered right to your door. Delivery from KFC. It's sure to be a score even among the biggest fans.
Marlene Foyt of Fond du Lac.
I'm a tough customer. Yes, I am. I expect service. I expect answers when I want them. Holiday Automotive is the best dealership in Fond du Lac. I would recommend it to anybody. I'm very pleased. I will come back and back and back and back.
Holiday, holiday, holiday. You'll pay less at Holiday.
Welcome back to the Redbird Arena, your Wisconsin EPS final tonight. The final at Cardinals and a bit of a lapper here, 73-33 over the Appleton West Terrors. And Dave, I guess our first indication is every day now we're looking for new things to make sure our Y2K ready. Cardinals apparently passed the test.
But Appleton West was not.
No, they were not Y2K ready here.
You know, Appleton West, Mike, comes in with a game plan, and we talked about it. Not a bad game plan, but a number of things go hunky-dory with that.